almost 8 o'clock, I believe. Yep, 5 to 8. Just hanging out with my buds here. Heidi is making his way from the bathroom area to where I keep his food. I don't know if he's aiming for it or if he's just going to go to sleep under this bench. No idea. I added some grated squash to the top of it, and I hope that makes it more appealing. But really, apparently you don't need to do that. But squash is a food that they do eat. And underneath there's lots of hay, which is what he's supposed to eat. I read a thing yesterday about feeding your tortoise, and it's basically, don't worry. They don't eat. They don't eat. My husband said the same thing. If he's hungry, he'll eat. If he's not hungry, he won't eat. What I do is I give him water. Now, they say that you should have water available for them at all times. Well, that's perhaps outside where you can have water, in a low, shallow dish, and they can crawl in, crawl out, do whatever, which is what he had in my mother's enclosure. But now it's winter, and she never had that in the winter either. So every morning, almost, I plunk him in the sink, as you saw, and I offer him water, and he had water. He has water every time I offer it, so that's good. I was getting a little antsy about end of term assessment, and I have a haircut this morning, so I wanted to get my head in the right place before I went to my haircut so I wouldn't worry about my work. Now I know what I'm going to do, so I'm not going to worry about my work. I have a plan, right? Yeah. I have a couple more weeks to go, so it's okay. Also, my husband is going over to my daughter's place, and I sort of wanted to go along because I haven't been in a while and I haven't seen things, in the more final stage. I don't know if I'll have time to do that, but whatever. Heidi has stopped and hasn't moved in minutes. Whatever. I went to Walmart last night and fixed what didn't work out the Friday before. I went to look for a black clock with a warm light numbers face, which is best for when you look at your clock at night. You shouldn't have a blue light or a white light. That wakes you up, disrupts your sleep patterns, and so on. I was using my husband's clock, a small clock in that area, because I had gotten unhappy with my blue light clock. The one I got from Walmart last week turned out to be white, not black. So I was going for a black clock. The box said black clock, and inside was a white clock. Took it back, got that exchanged, and got a flashlight, a I got a cheap flashlight first time around. This time around, I got a nice, expensive, good flashlight. Exactly what I wanted. So, Christmas gift from students worked out. With some money left over at Walmart. Hey, you can get something at Walmart, right? I got something at Walmart. Yeah. I've got $20 odd still left. That was all I spent in terms of, money. Except for my lottery ticket. Okay, haircut at 9. It's 8. I'm good. I have to somehow integrate the exit tests or whatever that I want to give them at the end of this term so that the few people that I will be advancing can advance and the rest of them will be stuck with me. I was so frustrated yesterday. Oh. Some of the people in my class really, I know when you come from a culture or a country where you don't have an education, that you don't know how to learn. But I thought street smarts came into that to a certain extent. These people haven't got any of that. They're just plain dumb. Sometimes they show sparks, but they're in this fog. That's exactly what they're like. Just sometimes you could poke them and they come up with something, but the rest of the time it's like, yeah, I really hate doing that, but that's, I've been teaching maps and directions and maps and directions and prepositions and directions, locations, prepositions, locations, prepositions, in, on, at, in, on, at, in, on, at. Showing how to get places. These people live in the city. They have to make it from their home to school. That's just something that's in their head, right? And yet, despite the fact that for 2 weeks they have been inundated with prepositions, going to school, you were at the mall, you were in the mall, you were in the classroom, you are left, right, places beside, between, over and over and over 2 weeks. The guy could not make that connection. I said, you must have maps in where you come from, Burma or another B place, or Nepal, okay? You must have. How do you get? He went to a movie, an English movie, on the weekend, and I said, where was the movie? What place was the movie? How do you get to the place where you went to see the movie? Over and over and over. And he says, he's just giving me this blank look. And I said, when you go to a movie, you know how to find it when you go in Nepal. He says, yeah, it's Nepalese. I went, yeah, You're here to learn English. You can't tell me how to get to your movie in Nepalese. And yet, 2 weeks worth of left, right, go to that. He couldn't tell me how he got to his movie. That is just way too frustrating for me. My husband doesn't understand why I want to win the lottery. I want out. I want out. Oh, I do. The smart people, they're a pleasure to teach. Because the light keeps on going on, and they get it, and they get it, and they move. But those people that are stuck in the mire of their foggy brains, I'm mixing my metaphors, drive me crazy. I just want to leave them behind. Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? Certainly not me. I better get to work so that I can go along to the house and see what's happening, or has happened. So two people now, or two groups have made donations in my parents' names to the Heart and Stroke Foundation from school. There's a group of people in my morning class, in my morning school, and my daughter's in-laws both have made donations to the Heart and Stroke Foundation, which is very nice. And Heidi has whistled. He's right underneath you guys. Not doing anything. Food is here. Heidi's there. Not hungry. I gave him water. All that matters. Okay.